Okay, we should be live. This is Tim, 717 RPG, with a few people that are going to be playing rabbits. So it should be a good time. Maybe not all that serious, but we'll see some rabbit brutality most likely during the course of the game. So if that is a trigger for you, then you might not want to watch. So, but yeah, this is a BrigadeCon event. We're here to support the Child's Play charity for kids that are stuck in the hospital and need something to do. So there should be links down below in the description to go to BrigadeCon. There's a widget there. You can donate to Child's Play. There should be a link there as well to BrigadeCon 2015 t-shirts. You can go there and buy a t-shirt, and the money supports Child's Play. So yeah, we're going to have fun, hopefully. We're going to see, a trail of fluffy corpses. That's the name of the game. Depending on how the players play, they might be very cautious. We'll see. But yeah, I don't have any set goal in mind, so we're going to play this as it goes. If you guys just want to introduce yourselves from the left side of your screen to the right. So, JD, you said Jerry, right?
I'm sorry?
Jerry, you can start.
Yeah, Jerry.
Why don't you introduce yourself? Yeah,
I'm Jerry, but you can call me Snowdrop, and I am an orange and white empath fighter. So I like clover. I can't think of anything else. And carrots, of course.
All right.
Can you guys hear me?
Mr. Mephisto? Yep. Micah, yeah, we can hear you. We're just going through and introducing ourselves. Jason, you want to go next?
Sure, why not? I am going to be playing. My channel is Mr. Mephisto's Geek Manifesto for all of the one person who gives a shit. I am going to be playing Dandelion, who is a tender soul with brown fur, an herbalist, and some might even say a fantasist, and one who does not have his head rooted in reality down near the grass. He's more up in the proverbial clouds.
Nice, nice. We have Micah next, who has picked a lovely avatar for us. I appreciate that, Micah. Why don't you introduce yourself? Oh, you still there, Micah? All right. How about we skip Micah and we'll go to Dawn?
Hi, I'm Dawn. My channel's Roll for Initiative, and I am going to be playing Buckthorn, who is a runner, seer, bit kind of all over the place. So it's going to be fun to play a bunny.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Micah, can you hear me? I think we're having technical difficulties again. Mike, if you can hear me, it might be good to bounce out and try to bounce back into the Hangout again.
Can you guys hear me?
Hopefully you can get back. Oh, there you are.
Heard you.
Did you figure it out? Oh, are you there? What a great start. All right. I think Mike is probably going to have some problems this Hangout. We'll try to do our best with it. All right. We're going to start. So, the beginning of the game finds you all in these cages. They reek of your own filth. You have a stench of humans everywhere in your nostrils. You're being bounced back and forth in the back of one of their large vehicles that they have thrown you in. There's a strange burning smell of plants being burned. It's hideous in your nose. You hear people up front, just off to your side, basically, because you're facing towards each other across the narrow expanse in the back of a van. There's lots of cages, lots of animals. Your heart is racing a little bit. It's it's in your throat. You can feel it. Your eyes are wide and staring around. You're not really sure where you're going, why you're here, what's happening. Yeah, there is this this metal that's around you. Probably you've tried to chew on it to try to get yourself free. That didn't work. So you're being tossed back and forth. We'll say that Snowdrop and Buckthorn are in the same cage, and Dandelion and whatever rabbit Micah picked is in another cage.
So is this the way to the petting zoo?
You can all hear each other, by the way, because you're in the back of the van.
All right. We've already tested the cages, right? The cages are locked.
Yeah, the cages are locked. They're wired shut. You've tried to get out of them for a while. You were captured on an old farm, and you're not really sure where you're going. You've heard through storytellers in your youth that rabbits that get captured are either killed or taken away into strange places of man.
All right.
You hear the muffled sounds of people talking outside.
Is there anything holding down the cage?
No, they're on like shelves in the back of the van. So
We could
picture like a UPS vehicle. It's kind of what this is like.
Hey, Buckthorn.
Yeah?
How about we start knocking back and forth and see if we can't knock the cage off the shelf?
Yeah, I can. Let's start at the back and run forward and
Absolutely.
see if we can
Okay.
do this.
Well,
All right. You'll start to run, slam into things, and it seems like it does move. It's tilting, it's teetering. Maybe a couple more hits, and you'll think you'll flop onto the floor of the van.
oh yeah.
1, 2, 3, go!
Go! And
The cage falls over and clatters on the ground. Your water and some of the newspaper that was underneath you is on top of you now. So you're wet. You have wet newspaper stuck to one of your ears, under your leg.
so much
Hello.
better.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear
We can hear
you.
you, Michael. Can you hear us?
What was that?
I said we can hear
Yeah,
you,
we can hear you,
silly
Micah.
rabbit.
So you're stuck in the cage in the back of the van. All right. So,
the audio
Buckthorn and Snowdrop are now. What's that?
Is the audio coming through okay?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, good.
All
All right. I'm Micah.
I'm just trying to explain what's going on. You're in the back of a van. You're in cages. Two of your nearby rabbits have knocked their cage onto the floor of the van. You hear some muffled voices of people outside of the van. Seem like they're coming closer.
All right. I test the door on the cage. Is it jarred loose or anything?
Why don't you roll a D100 to try to see what you get? Low is better.
Where's my... 68.
So it seems like it's still fastened securely. You see two men that get into the front of the vehicle. You hear the doors open up and slam. There's a deeper set voice and a higher set voice. It's hard to see them from the back of the van, but again, you get a strong smell of burning plants. Kind of a disturbing smell that sometimes lingers after people, hang out for a while and then leave.
Is it a
Why ain't we delivering these fur balls to people's animal emporium? Hey, Jim, what's going on with that? When you open your mouth, stupid dribbles out of your pie hole. And you see, like, these green leaf-like things leave the hand of one of the guys and hit the other one in the face. That's your cut, you filthy animal. Now stick them like we did the last run of them. Last year, Peachin got his cut from Nim, and it trickled down to us, and that's your cut. Come on, just stick them and let's go. So you see the other one start to pull what looks like a sharp twig. It's very shiny. It kind of looks like the material that the cages are made out of. and he starts to he basically comes around the van and opens up the back door of the van, and he's holding this this sharp metal twig in his hand. He sees the cage on the ground. Your heartbeat raises a little bit.
Hey, you down there on the ground! Get me out of this cage! Yes, you! The gray one! With the floppy ears and the stupid grin!
Well, it's hard to get out of the cage until we can get out of our cage.
Come on, stick them already. Let's get these little fur jerks moving. They're gonna shake and quiver a little bit, but they'll be all right. Yeah, the big one with the needles comes up to the cage. He picks the one up off the ground, and he just sort of tilts it.
I bite his thumb.
Oh, I don't want to stick. What's that?
I said I bite his thumb. You hear?
All right, the cage will drop out of his hand and
Woohoo!
clatter on the ground again. You'll have more food and water dumped on you.
Sorry about that, Buckthorn. Yeah.
He kicks the cage that you're in, kind of roughly, and you slide and scatter and tumble a few times over on top of the top of the cage, and then he goes over to the other rabbits.
I'm going to kick
Micah,
the
which
door.
rabbit did you pick?
Acorn.
Okay, Acorn. Okay. All right, so Acorn and Dandelion. Dandelion's played by M. Mephisto there. So he's actually right beside you on the bottom of the hangout, Micah. You guys are in the same cage, and you're still on the shelf in the back of the van. Meanwhile, the rebellious rabbits on the ground are covered in water and sort of upside down and flopping around. So he comes to your cage, and Dandelion kicks really strong against the cage. So why don't you roll a D100, Jason?
Okay. Rolled a 78.
Okay. So you kick, it clatters, but it doesn't unlock or unlatch, and you see the sharp twig of the man's hand just quickly just jab into the cage, and you feel a burning sensation on your right leg that just kicked the way out, the exit, and then he comes around with the other side with another needle and jabs Acorn in the back of the neck and just squeezes. And same thing, you feel a burning sensation that sort of radiates out from the point that it was injected into you.
Ouch!
And then the ones on the ground, the rebellious rabbits, see large feet just walking over towards their cage.
While that's happening, I check that door again, see if it's come loose. He has kicked it.
Yeah, well, give it another check. Why don't you roll a D100?
35?
It does seem a lot looser. One of the top hinges has broke.
All right.
There's just one hinge and a little like bread tie just wrapped around, a different sort of strange substance you've never seen before. But those are the only things keeping you from your freedom.
Well, good enough. I tried nibbling off the bread tie and see if I can't squeeze out of this thing.
Okay. So you start to nibble, and then he just bends down quickly and jabs you in the back leg with a sharp metal twig, and saying you feel a burning sensation. And then you're how about what does Buckthorn do? And
Buckthorn's just going to start trying to run in circles in the cage.
Is Acorn still conscious?
All right. So the man tries to stab you once, misses, and he just starts doing this, just quickly just jabbing into the cage with the needle. He hits you like 3 times before he actually puts the liquid in, and again, you just feel that burning sensation. You hear him muttering strange words that you've never heard humans say before, and then he picks up the cage and puts you back on the shelf.
Oh.
Rather roughly. let's see here. So you're burning. You have like a strange taste in your mouth. Your limbs are starting to quake a little bit and shiver. And then the man goes back up to the front, closes the back door of the van, and sits beside his associate. And then there's a loud rumbling sound. It's like thunder, and you feel a strange sense of just movement, that you're not moving. At least it doesn't look that way as you sit in your cages. You're being rocked to and fro a little bit. So you're in the cage.
Right. So
we've been anesthetized?
You're still awake. You're starting to have strange things happen to you. You feel weird, but yeah, you're still in your cage. You're just, like I said, you're just rocking to and fro.
can we use the momentum of the cages to, like, knock it off the shelf?
You can try, yeah. You've already seen that being been successful at once, so you think that it could probably happen again, yeah.
Right. I will throw myself against the cage valiantly.
Okay. So you start to do that. Does let's see here. What does Dandelion do in response to that?
Dandelion sees bright lights flashing before his eyes, red, blue, purple, crimson, chartreuse, and he fights desperately against the power of this unknown drug. He pulls out some of his shaky flower and begins to chew on it, and he feels his body convulse violently in paroxysms and spasms of pain, and he throws himself with all of his force against the side of the cage that is facing the ground.
Okay. Yeah, the cage will teeter and then flop and smash on the ground. You hear one of the drivers sort of bark some sort of word in the front. He seems loud and just angry. And you'll hear them speaking again. You don't need to be so mean. I mean, I know it's just a little prick, but look at them back there. They're freaking out. They're falling over. I don't know if the money's worth it. This is how do you know what's going to happen to them? I just don't like this part, Jim. That's all. I mean, sure, you know, I'm going to go buy some video games and stuff with the money, but I feel bad. What's in them shots anyway? Vitamins. Yeah, there's vitamins in them shots. Don't worry about it. We're almost there. We're gonna be fine. You know, as soon as we get there, we're gonna just get them out, and then all of a sudden there's this loud like smashing sound. The cages are all thrown on the ground, up into the shelves, sliding on the ground, up on the roof. You're turning, you're tossing. And then there's bright light as the back doors of the van are thrown wide open. The cages go scattering out onto the gray paths of the humans. Your cage doors flop open. Rabbits are hurled out onto the ground, tossing, tumbling, landing, and sliding, having a hurt sensation as the hard path is just hurting you. And then there's noise and screeching sounds as other vehicles are coming up upon where you are. So you seem to have been freed of your cages, but there is there's lots of noise, and it happens suddenly. So you're all free of your cage.
Well,
Is there any grass nearby?
can I get out of the road?
Yeah, let me pull this up real quick.
Right. Acorn is going to rush toward the nearest rabbit, my nearest ally, and try and help them up.
Okay, we'll say that you're next to Snowdrop. See if I can. I'm gonna show the picture here. Let's see. Where's that at?
Snowdrop, we got to get out of here.
All right. I try to pull myself out of my stupor and at least get out of the road. Is that a picture of the road?
All right. Yeah, that's a picture of the road. I think I'm doing that right.
All right.
All right. So in the center there, you have, there's grass. You are on the right side, traveling in that way. In front of you, you see just a giant. Well, you don't know what it is. Just a very large vehicle. There's stuff scattered all over the road. The van that you were in is horribly mangled. It's flipped over on its side, and you're sort of in that patch of grass in the center there. And some of you are littered on the road. You're going to see rabbits just laying all around you. Some of them have been ran over as a car has screeched right on top of them. And there's more cars coming. It seems like they were very close to one another, and they're all screeching and turning sideways, and they're coming right for you.
All right. Is the truck on fire?
Not yet.
Not yet? Oh. Darn.
Right. So I start like pushing Snowdrop toward the grassy area, being sort of the big fighter of the group. I'm just trying to get all my rabbit friends out of the road as soon as possible.
Okay. So you stoop up / push Snowdrop. Does Snowdrop resist, or do you go with?
No, I go with him.
Okay. How about Dandelion and Buckthorn?
I'll run onto the grass and call back to everyone, this way! Hurry up, this way!
Okay. You'll start to see some of the cars are slamming into that metal line. I can't think of what they're called right now. The guardrail. Yeah, they're slamming into the guardrail like right in front of you. And then there's one last rabbit. So, Jason, what does your rabbit do?
Dandelion, he leaps with a strength you've never seen a rabbit leap before onto the top of the cage. Using that as a lever, he bounces even further, a great inhuman, some might say in rabbit bound, out onto the grass, tumbling, and down into a little culvert between the two metal railings.
Okay. How about everybody roll me a D100, and you want to try to get under the percentage that's right beside your dexterity stat. So you have like a 1 to 18 number for a stat, but right in brackets, right next to it is a percentage. So try to roll under that.
I got a 7.
I got a 38.
Yeah, just let me know if you succeed or fail.
No,
Succeed.
Hang on one second.
Micah?
I am looking.
Okay.
I got a 14.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. Jason, what'd you get?
Dandelion succeeds with the most finesse you think you've ever seen a rabbit use in a leap, and he seems quite unconcerned with all of this nonsense.
So you all pretty much seem like you're in charge of yourselves. You can handle it. You've managed to get out of the way, but behind you is just a littered display of broken, fluffy bodies. There's blood smeared on the road. Yeah, it looks disgusting back there. You can smell the blood of your fellow rabbits. But there is a small group that has managed to get out of the way of the vehicles, and they're sort of behind you, and they're looking in your direction with scared eyes. They're not speaking. You can tell that they're just really freaked out, and they look like they're looking for guidance. So you have this little like horde of rabbit followers at this point that they don't look like they will survive unless somebody helps them.
Get out of the way, you fools! You're going to be killed!
And I bound back over to the edge of the street, trying to signal to these idiots.
Okay. Anybody else?
What time of day is it?
We'll say it's like noon.
Noon? Okay. Just checking. Like in the photo.
The sun is high in the sky.
All right. Well, is there either lane? Which was less on traffic? We gotta get off.
Well, the right side where you just were now has a big pile of cars and broken bodies. It seems like right beyond that, the road is completely clear.
I think we run through the pile up of cars. Less likely a chance to be run over. If the cars have stopped moving, that is.
Yeah, it's on that side. The traffic has stopped past the accident.
All right. I say we go through the pile up.
Or we run in front where there's nothing. I don't want to go by those bodies or big moving things.
Acorn shouts out, "Keep going, I'll catch up." And they're going to run back toward the van, going back inside, hoping to maybe find some food, some supplies.
Okay. If you go back in the van, you see the one guy who shot you with the metal twigs. He's bleeding. He has a section of metal through his torso. He's rasping for breath. He doesn't look like he's doing very well. The driver, there's not much left of him. He's everywhere in front of the van. It looks like he took on most of the brunt of the accidents of the very large vehicle, the very large man thing that just destroyed it. As you look around, there's cages. Some of those. There's some rabbit food. There's some water in things that are probably too heavy for you to carry.
Okay. It says on my character sheet that I can carry 2 bags around my neck.
Yeah.
Do I have those bags with me?
Yeah. We'll say that you can quickly, with the maybe material that's back there, strap something over your neck and put some food in it.
Yeah, okay, so I like chew a hole in a plastic bag, wrap it over my head, and start kind of squirreling away as much rabbit pellets as I can.
Okay, you have a good amount of those. The horde of rabbits seem like they've responded to Dandelion, and they are looking up to him. They've moved over to him, and they're sort of surrounding him, getting close to him. Some are sort of nuzzling against your neck.
As they come nearer, I reach around and grab some of my supplies. I have a number of herbal supplies. I grab spineberry, which is the prickly berry from a well-known plant, and I push one of the berries into each of their mouths, and I say, "Here, take this. This will give you energy. You need it to counteract the effects of the drug."
They'll all eat it without question. They just seem like whatever you tell them to do, they're doing right now. They're just they seem like they're in shock.
We must get out of the way of these cars. Let's continue on down into this culvert.
And I guide them under the metal guardrail and down into the culvert.
All right, so they'll follow you. So you're trying right now. You're in the center of that road. Are you trying to go to the right, or are you trying to go to the left? It sounded like you guys wanted to go to the right.
Yeah. We should go. There's no big things coming to the right. Should get out from get under cover.
In the distance, you can kind of see what looks like fields, maybe a farm. There's a small hill between you and that, but you can kind of make it out.
I'll go towards the road in front of where the accident happened and kind of take a few tentative steps.
Okay. Yeah. There's no screeching. There's no loud noises. It seems safe, at least for the moment.
I'll dart across the road then.
Okay.
And once I get over to the other side, I'll call out to the others to follow.
All right, I follow.
Okay. The rabbits that are following Dandelion sort of look over to Buckthorn and then look back to Dandelion. About half of them go over to Buckthorn. The other ones just get closer to Dandelion.
This way is going to be much safer. We need to go this direction. And I lead them up to where the cars have stopped, around where she crossed the road.
Okay.
And
how about
I continue my way across the road as seems prudent, not going to make any false steps, as it were.
Okay. You'll notice up in the sky, there seems like there are some birds that are circling now. It seems like they've taken notice of what's happening. They're eyeing from above. But most of the rabbits now cross the road. You get to the far side.
Have I finished packing away the food?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on my way out of the van, I stopped to give the wounded man a swift kick to the face before darting back out into the road and trying to rejoin my brethren.
Okay. That file is really small for some reason, but you'll see like an old tractor that looks like it was plowing a field, but it's stopped. There's some grass and just a plowed field there. Off in the distance, you can see a barn and a house, probably where you think maybe a farmer lives. But that's where you've run into. There's just this big open area, and the birds that you get a feeling that maybe it's a hawk is circling above.
Are there any bushes like over by the house?
As you look, it's a little hard to see, but you think perhaps you'd have to get closer to check. Let's see.
Well, where is the nearest cover?
Yeah, right now there isn't any. You're basically in the middle of a field, on the edge of a field.
Dandelions.
Yeah, the birds. There's now 3 birds, and they're getting lower. They're circling and circling and getting lower.
Which is closer, the tractor or the house?
The tractor's closer.
All right. I say we go for the tractor.
That's the house.
Nice house.
So Dandelion sniffs the air, and his nose twitches once, twice, 3 times. There's something foul on this wind. We must be cautious. And he looks around and signals to the other rabbits, letting them know of the birds which are swooping lower and lower.
Yeah, the rabbits that are following sort of look up at the sky, and their eyes get wider, and then they just stop moving. They just stare, and they just seem really panicked and freaked out.
Acorn, perhaps in a bout of naivety, shouts out, "Don't worry, we have numbers. We can take them."
Numbers? What do you think your numbers are going to do against the sharpened beak, you fool?
Where are we going, guys?
The
Acorn's like kind of pacing around, hopping up and down from one foot to the other, kind of almost kind of a little bit in like a boxing stance, I suppose.
well, the tractor's closer. Let's get to that.
Yeah.
You there, the one with the floppy gray ears. Find us cover under the tractor. Go now. Show us the way.
I'll take off towards the tractor.
Okay. As soon as you start to move, the birds swoop down and just come right at you. The group of rabbits, they're coming right towards you.
All right.
Let me at him!
The wings are folded, their talons are facing forward, and they're getting close to getting one of you, maybe 3 of you.
Dandelion uses one of the aloof members of his little coterie as a meat shield, placing him between himself and the birds.
Okay. How about everybody just roll me a D100? See what you get.
Oh. 2?
Oh, two. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
26.
That's good.
Acorn got a 25.
23.
Oh, that's all very good. So you dart and dodge and hide behind other rabbits. You will hear a horrible squealing, screeching cry as 3 rabbits are snatched up and taken off into the woods, where you'll never see them again.
No, not Fluffy Fuzz. Anyone but Fluffy Fuzz.
Better them than me.
As the birds are flying up with their newfound treasures, Dandelion takes this moment to sprint with full force towards the cover of the tractor.
Okay.
Acorn
Some of your associates.
Acorn will kind of hang behind and kind of start pushing the more terrified, distracted members, trying to keep them together as a group.
Okay. So between the quick movements of some of the rabbits and the ushering of the other rabbits, the group of you all managed to go into the shelter of the old tractor. There's some oil dripping down from above. It reeks of man smell. It reeks of people. But there's the shade. It's cool underneath the tractor. You're in high grass at the moment, right in the spot that the farmer hasn't plowed yet. As you look out from under the cover of the tractor, you see that there's another bird circling the field.
Right. We can't stay here.
Seems safer than running across the field with that bird there.
Yes, if you'd like to chance your life, please be my guest. We've already seen what happens to those who try and run.
Fine. Well, how long will we wait here then? A day? 2 days? A week?
We'll stay here as long as we like. There's grass to eat. There's cover.
And what happens when the foxes arrive?
The foxes won't be here for several hours. When it gets dark is their opportune time. Here, and I reach into my bag and I pull out some miteweed, which will calm the nerves and also clean the teeth. And I push some of the leaves towards each of you.
What? We don't have time for this. We have to make ground now.
The bird is still.
I crawl up into the cabin of the tractor and take a look. Is there anything in there? Not that I know anything about tractors or how to operate them or anything.
Well, if you have a maverick in your midst, I don't think you do you? No.
Acorn is a maverick.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about this?
Acorn might be able to. But as you're looking around,
can I get sleepy and just kind of nod off on the accelerator and see what happens?
All right, so the rabbit is getting curious.
I don't know.
You'll see the rabbit sort of bound and climb up to what looks like the area that the person sits on. And he's fiddling with knobs and pulling things, and the engine just kicks on. It's very loud. All the rabbits that are following you, again, wide-eyed, they crouch down. You can hear their heartbeat just throbbing.
Great, Terrence! Snowdrop, what did you do?
There's this rumbling sound above you.
It was an injection, I swear. I would never do this if I hadn't been injected with drugs.
Right. Does the tractor start like moving or rolling over anyone?
No, it's just rumbling like thunder right now.
What happens if I push this lever?
Oh god.
Does it start to move?
All right, so the tractor starts to move, and the I don't even know what you call it, thing that the tractor is dragging from behind that was plowing the field starts to move right towards you.
Run away!
Snowdrop, no!
No!
Try and stay
So
under the
everybody
tractor.
Everybody roll under their dexterity, the percentage.
Come on.
And just tell me if you fail.
33. Succeed.
Succeed.
You know what, guys? I have a dexterity of like 80%. I got 81.
Oh no.
Oh.
It's okay though, because as Dandelion leaps under the coarse tread of the wheel, he also bashes right into you, knocking you clean out of the way.
Dandelion, what? No, what are you doing? Are you
I'm
like,
saving your life, you fool!
okay.
All right, Dandelion will be crushed under the wheel as the tractor rolls over.
No!
Take my
Someone-
herbs! You see the bloodied stump of a paw reaching out futilely as the wheel crushes the life out of Dandelion, and a small smattering of flowers and leaves and herbs crumbles and falls to the ground.
Do I have time to like gather any of those up, or
If
this sacrifice can't be for nothing?
you want to try to gather them, you're going to have to roll again as the big plowshares. I don't even know what to call them. The thing it's dragging behind the tractor is coming right towards you. Some of the other rabbits have been cut and stabbed, and they're sticking off of the sharp, rusty implements of the tractor.
Is Art Garfunkel going to start singing Bright Eyes at this point?
Yeah, no, I'm not taking the risk. I see the blood, I see the gore, I just turn and start running.
All right, the tractor just heads off towards the woods. It's like careening, sputtering. It's dragging little rabbit bodies behind it, and it slams into a tree and stops running. It looks like about 5 rabbits died, including Dandelion.
Dandelion, no! Why, Dandelion, why?
Alright.
And then, from the heavens, swoops the hawk. Everybody roll me another D100.
Oh shit. Dexterity? Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Fail.
I failed as well.
I succeeded.
Okay.
This is a dexterity.
Let's see here. Jason, did you pick a character yet? From
Yes,
the extra rabbits?
I am now Strawberry, Storyteller, Scout.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and roll for Strawberry?
All right.
As the hawk swoops down.
I rolled a 0-6.
Oh, good job.
And so
All right. So,
Strawberry deftly dives underneath the beak as the hawk swoops and just grabs a clump of his tail hair and then goes back up.
the hawk continues on. Let's see here. Dawn, are you like high or low? What do you think?
Hi.
Oh, okay.
I think this is your save or die roll.
All right.
Yeah.
Glance off of Buckthorn and sink into the flesh of Snowdrop. You see the horrible visage on the bunny's face as the hawk just snatches it up and just flies off into the distance.
Can I make any? I can't lose anyone else. I can't lose anyone else. Can I make some roll to try and jump onto the hawk?
Sure. Yeah. Just give me a D100 roll. Roll low.
All right, here we go.
Talon
Please.
into the fluffy, fur. It's starting to swoop, to take off.
I got a 6.
Wow. Okay. So how
I
about you
definitely
describe?
land directly on its back, and I'm gonna just start sinking my teeth into its neck.
All right. It'll flap its wings in a frantic fashion. You get a mouthful of feathers, and it drops Snowdrop on the ground, and you as well. You sort of flop off onto the side. Snowdrop has lots of blood all over its fur, but it is not being taken away. And the hawk is sort of looks like it's recovering. It's flapping its wings. It's taking off, maybe to try to start another circle pattern in the sky.
Snowdrop, tell me you're okay. Oh God!
We have to get undercover. You said there were some.
There is
badly wounded or something, or
there's woods. There's the farmer's house, and there's a barn.
I'll start running towards the woods and yell, "Follow me!"
Right. Can I carry Snowdrop?
Yeah, I think you can. Mm-hmm.
Strawberry also, seeing this great carnage and being moved to the very heartstrings, bounds over to Acorn and Snowdrop, and I saw what you did, Acorn. That was the bravest thing I've ever seen. Our people will tell stories of you for the next for the next 4 years.
I don't care. We gotta move quickly. Come on, help me.
Here, I'll help you.
Pause.
I'll help you. And I reach down and prop up one side as Acorn props up the other.
Exactly.
All right. The group of rabbits that is following is shrinking in number, but they're still following. You limp, hop off to the side, and you're starting to get very hungry. All this exertion, the stress, but you find yourself on the edge of the woods there. There's tall trees, green leaves. There's some old leaves on the ground and some fallen twigs and sticks. But it seems like the hawk is out of sight.
Right. Okay. So well, first off, I'm going to examine. I may not be a healer, but I try to examine Snowberry's wound. How deep is it? How bad?
It's not hard to see. You can see deep within the rabbit's leg and ribs. There's blood leaking out.
We need a healer. Do we have a healer?
I am the healer.
Oh gosh.
Oh dear God! We're doomed.
Snowdrop, you gotta show me how to heal you. What herbs do I use?
All right. I
Tell me how to patch you up.
Okay, I instruct Acorn in the ancient ways of calling down the powers of Ward Frith to heal only the wounded lupines of his calling. And see if that does anything.
All right. So you show him the right herb to use, the way to prepare it. He probably chews it up and spits it into the wound. It has stopped the bleeding, at least.
All right. That's something.
All right.
You're very sore, but you think with some assistance you can move.
All right. So I'm going to take off that bag of food that I have around my neck, and I'm going to hand it to Buckthorn and say, "Pass that around. Try and try and make it last as long as possible.
I'll try and divvy it up as evenly as possible and make sure that Snowdrop gets kind of an extra serving.
Aw, thank you.
So yeah, with your little your nose, you split it apart, make little piles in the leaves there on the ground, and all the rabbits start to eat. Some of them are eating the grass. It's in rare little patches here and there. But there's a strange, there's a moment of peace. This is the first peaceful moment you think you've had since the van.
So Strawberry, he sees one of these rabbits eat near a reddish plant, and he bounds over to him and screeches at him, "Don't eat that! That's poison weed. You'll die."
But it looks good. It smells good.
No.
It has a nice dense clarity to it.
No, trust me. That isn't for eating. If you eat that, your brains will melt and start pouring out your ears. I saw it once. My cousin, a bounder.
Oh, that sounds terrible. All right, I won't eat it. Is this okay? This green stuff over here?
Yes, that is sweetgrass. That's good. You can have plenty of that.
All right. Thank you. You know that would have been bad. I want to survive this.
It'd be best if we all stuck together. Don't go out too near the fringes. That's where they like to grab you. There are foxes in this area. I can smell one. I can smell one not near enough to hurt us. But this is the lair of a fox, and so we must be cautious. It is nearing nightfall, and they like to come out at night, mostly.
You hear some yelling coming from the field. It seems like the farmer has come out of the house and is running over towards the tractor. He has a very large stick in his hand. It's something that looks like a stick, except it's shiny.
We should probably keep away from the people.
Oh, I'm sure he just wants to tickle us with that thing. Probably means no harm whatsoever.
I don't know, the last person with a shiny thing kind of hurt.
Alright, well, let's search around the forest for, fallen logs. Things we can hide under. Maybe empty burrows.
Yeah, as you look into the woods, you do see a path that heads off into the distance there. It looks like it's pretty well traveled. As far as cover, though, there's some thick foliage on the ground, some weeds, some jagger bushes.
So I've got seeing the future here on my character sheet. Can I try and see if we take the path, what's going to happen with that?
Yeah, that sounds fun. Why don't you try to see the future?
All right. Nope, I got a 40, and it's 40% for seeing the future.
Oh, you got a 40 though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so you have this. You close your eyes. You lift your paw up in the air and point it towards the direction of the path, and you get this sensation of pain of being torn apart. You see bloody teeth.
Don't take the path. We'll be torn apart. We should stick to the undergrowth. That might be safer.
Buckthorn, what do you mean? Did you see something?
I just saw a lot of blood and pain, and I don't want to find out what caused that.
We can't lose any more. We've lost so many already. Dandelion, Furry Fuzz. We can't lose any more.
They'll be safer under the cover.
Buckthorn, your prophecies have never failed us. I trust you.
You'll hear the tractor start up again. Oh, the tractor starts up, so you hear the rumbling thunder of the tractor, and it seems like it's backing up away from the tree that it, that you rode it into. You drove it into.
Snowdrop, are you able to move?
Yeah.
Snowdrop, you must come with us. Don't stay here. I see the look in your eyes. I know what you're thinking, but we must continue
our
onward.
friends, though.
We must continue onward, Buckthorn.
Friend of the farmer.
Buckthorn, you heard what she said. You'll be killed.
Nothing bad could possibly happen. It's delirium.
Don't do it. Don't go.
I do. I go running after the tractor. Quick,
No!
with your beautiful
Oh,
machine.
no!
Please!
You'll see the farmer. He pulls off the long stick off his shoulder.
Ah!
Snowdrop!
Oh. Alright.
Acorn is suddenly lost in a berserker rage, seeing so many of his friends, his loved ones die today. His mind just utterly cracks. Snowdrop! I'll kill you, you bastard! He charges out after the farmer.
No, Acorn, we must stay together.
He'll only end
You'll see
the
Snowdrop's body is just like flopped over on one of the tilled piles of dirt, and there's blood splatters all over the plowed field. The tractor has started to turn and head in that direction, and he sees this other rabbit.
I charge out there.
Strawberry will follow Acorn.
Jump on the farmer.
Strawberry follows Acorn, inspired by the bravery of this noble attempt. This is just like the stories Father used to tell me.
So I'm charging the farmer, and I'm jumping like straight over his trousers, right into his face, and just like kicking him right in the face.
All right. How about both of you give me a D100 roll? The other rabbits are sort of just on the edge of the woods, looking at this scene that's happening before them, but their eyes are wide and they're not moving.
Oh dear God! That was the 0-5 that Strawberry rolled.
Oh wow! Okay.
I got it.
So another gunshot rings out and blows up the plowed field right beside you. There's dirt that gets thrown into your eyes a little bit. You can get some of the dirt off, but you're heading right towards him. He made one shot, and then this other rabbit. What'd you roll, Micah?
I got 20.
Okay, and you wanted to bound at the farmer. Is that correct?
Yes, and jump and kick him midair, like a running jump right into his face.
The farmer has never seen anything like this in his entire life. He gets attacked by a rabbit, let's see here, and he falls off the tractor.
Strawberry, too, will leap at the man. He does a somersault mid-air, landing on the man's crotch and taking a ferocious bite out of his genitals.
That's for Snowdrop, you bastard!
Take that, you son of a bitch!
Ah! Ah!
This is like the scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
So the farmer is trying to reach over and grab the long, loud stick that killed Snowdrop as you're chewing on him and pummeling him with your soft feet.
Well, Tim, can I grab a new rabbit?
Oh, yeah. Grab the next rabbit.
Okay. I got Laurel. He's a maverick runner.
Okay.
And Laurel's going to run in there, too. And and try, I don't know, tackle the farmer, I guess.
Well, the farmer is on his back. He's being bit in the crotch by a rabbit. Another rabbit is by his face.
I do a
hitting into
flying
him.
drop kick into the farmer.
All right, let's see here. The farmer, terrified, stops reaching for his shotgun, like sort of rolls over on his side, and then starts running for his house.
Strawberry will cling to the man's balls for several meters as he runs, and finally he is shaken free by the force of the pounding of his feet. And he tumbles to the grass, dizzy now, and he gets to his feet. Oh, we chased him off. We did it, Snowball. We did it for you.
Acorn rushes over and kind of like brushes you off. Yeah, that'll teach him.
Yes. I've never seen such a brave rabbit in all my life, Acorn.
Why, thank you. Why, thank you, Strawberry. But say, what is this strange metallic object that he used? Perhaps we could use it against the foxes.
It's a thunder stick. I know stories of those. Here, help me drag it back towards the woods.
Of course, of course.
Okay.
And this was the day when Rabbit-kind harnessed firepower.
Yes.
So the rabbits drag the thunder stick into the woods, to the appreciative looks of all the other rabbits that didn't react or do anything. They're just looking at you in awe. So you're sitting on the edge of the woods at the moment, on the edge of the field, between where the field is and the woods.
Buckthorn, help us drag the thunder stick. We're tired from our adventures. Please help us. You're strong.
Why do we want the thing that killed Snowdrop?
These woods are dangerous. We must protect ourselves. There are foxes.
But what if it hurts one of us? Do you know how to use it?
Oh, I've seen them use it, and Bounder once told me that all you need to do is touch this metal piece right here, and he rests his paw on the trigger, and kablam! A shot rings
You take out a small group of rabbits that were staring at you with wondering eyes. Yeah, it looks like let's see here. It looks like 4 of them are hurled, bleeding into the leaves, into the sticks and twigs on the ground, and you hear and a horrible sound of rabbits dying.
I want nothing to do with it. It just kills rabbits.
Kill it! Kill it now! Acorn jumps on the barrel and begins chewing at it.
A cacophonous spray of blood and gore splatters Buckthorn right in the face, and her point has been well made.
So are any of the other rabbits having like really deep second thoughts about following us? Are they like, we ought to go back to the wreckage and put ourselves back in those cages?
At this point, they're all covered in sprayed blood and rabbit brain matter, and they're just frozen. They've hunched down. Many of them have closed their eyes, and they're breathing really really quickly.
And am I having any success chewing on the barrel?
No.
Yeah, that barrel's probably not.
Yeah, your gums and teeth are hurting.
Right, well, if it's not shooting again, if it's not making any more noise, I'll stop and kind of back away carefully. Strawberry, what happened?
What have I done? I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident. You must believe me. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. It was an accident.
Strawberry, pull yourself together! I slap him.
Oh!
The foxes might be coming.
Foxes, who can think of that at a time like this? We don't need foxes. We'll be the ruination of each other. We don't need foxes to kill us. All we need is our own foolishness. And Strawberry bounds away from the group, out into the woods in a furor of panic.
Not down the path!
I'm coming, Bounder! Bounder, I'm coming!
From on the side of the path, there's a large, you just see fur. You're not even sure what it is at first. It just grabs Strawberry by the neck and just shakes it violently back and forth.
So, I have a question. As Acorn is a maverick, can I perhaps push the gun barrel toward whatever's happening, towards Strawberry and the creature attacking him?
Yeah, that sounds good. Mm-hmm. Especially since you just saw how it worked.
All right, I will push it toward him. Get clear! And I'll jump onto the trigger.
All right, the thunder stick goes off again, and the big thing is like it's moving quickly. It seems to be some sort of dog. It looks old and diseased, but the thunder stick. Why don't you roll a d100? See what you get.
Right. I got a 30.
Okay. It blasts into the side of the dog. It drops Strawberry on the ground. However, Strawberry seems to be lifeless. The dog is whining.
I kind of, Acorn slowly approaches Strawberry's body, making sure to give the dog's body a wide berth.
I thought Acorn seemed alive.
Rest in
peace. I'm sorry.
Wake up.
Say that again, JD. I'm sorry.
I just prod Strawberry, see if there's any life left in him. If he's still in there.
Strawberry's foot twitches, and then he falls.
Wake up! Come on, stay with me! Stay with me!
and the life, the air bursts out of his lungs. You've saved me, Snowdrop, and Acorn.
I'm not Snowdrop.
Who?
Snowdrop's gone.
Oh dear God, he's gone. Yes, I recognize you. Your name is
El Haraha?
O'Hara.
I said that wrong.
Yes, my father knows your family. I thought I was dead there for a minute.
Strawberry,
pulled me back.
I can't believe you're still alive. What a grievous wound. We have to patch this up ASAP.
And Strawberry frantically tries to lick the gouge in his neck where blood is still spilling out.
As you're trying to look at this,
I will lick it for you. And Acorn begins.
So you're trying to take care of your wounded comrade, and things start to get weird. The leaves on the trees seem to stretch and expand. Strange colors start to filter through your mind. The forest itself seems to warp and bend. The path almost seems to open up beneath you, and there's strange, dark, writhing things there.
Ring race?
This is not natural, whatever this is.
We should get under the vines and the leaves. Stay off the path.
Buckthorn, what do you see? Do you see something?
I'm gonna try seeing the future again. See what is coming down this path. I failed.
You all feel very strange. Your heart seems to be beating erratically. Your eyes hurt. That point where you were stabbed with the metal stick seems to be very, very painful. It's throbbing. Just everywhere you look, things are distorted, bent, just not the way they should. Your sense of smell seems to be gone.
What is going on? What's happening? Everyone, stay together. I desperately begin trying to corral some of the other loose rabbits together, although I'm sure I can't get very far.
Some of them are staring up at the sky. Some are staring at their paws right in front of their face, just sort of mesmerized by whatever they're seeing.
I want to see if have I heard of anything like this in my years of storytelling. Has there been a similar occurrence?
You think that either they must have injected you with poison weed.
It's not real. It's merely a hallucination. We must fight it. Here, where's some of that flour that the old one that got crushed? He gave us a flower. I remember.
Dandelion.
Acorn.
His name was Dandelion.
Yes, that's it, Dandelion. Acorn, do you still have some of his supplies? He told us what to take.
They're back at the tractor where he was crushed.
Oh, I can't move. Someone else will have to go get them.
I'll go. I can go quick. I'll run back to the tractor and try and grab the bag.
Buckthorn, don't go! Acorn desperately begins trying to tag along, following behind.
I'll hang back here.
All right. As you go back out into the field and you're darting across it, you see the farmer who has blood all over his legs and his two sons. They have come out with more thunder sticks and they're heading in the direction of the tractor. So it seems like it's a race. So what is your running speed? Is it 30 yards or 40 yards?
It's 30 yards.
Okay. Let's see here. All right, once you roll a D100, let's see if you can roll lower than me.
Am I with Buckthorn?
Yeah, you can roll too. That's true.
Okay.
I rolled a 20.
Oh, good.
I rolled a 29.
Ooh, okay. So Buckthorn gets there first. You can start darting around, looking, and you see the various herbs that are in the fur of Dandelion. You see a bag there with some more herbs. So it's not too hard to snatch them up quickly. Then the farmers they seem like they've gotten in range, and they're pointing their thunder sticks in the direction of the tractor, just as Acorn is darting across the field. You hear a loud. Let's see. Both shots go wide, however. They blow dirt up into the sky, shooting into the plowed field. And you're both onto the tractor now.
I'll try and hide behind one of the wheels for a second.
Yeah, I'm
just like walking slowly across the field with the thunder sticks raised.
Tim, can I come up behind the farmers?
You want to go behind the farmers? Yeah, sure. They seem like they're focused on the tractor and the rabbits underneath. They have
there's three of them, right?
Yeah, two boys and the bleeding farmer. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who's in the middle?
The farmer. The two boys, like one's on either side.
I'm gonna sneak up on the farmer and hit into the back of his calf.
Okay, why don't you roll me a D100? See if you can get low. You know what? Yeah, let me think here. Just tell me what you roll. I'm gonna give you a bonus.
36.
Okay, we're gonna say you rolled a 6 then. So they're focused, and the farmer especially is very irate. He just has a look of just rage on his face. And you sneak behind him, and you said, "You're going to do what? Bite into his calf?"
Yeah, I'm gonna run up and just hit into the back of his leg, make myself known. See if I can't get them
Okay.
together.
All right. The farmer yells out. The boys, with their guns pointed, sort of look back to their father and really not sure what's happening. He yells out.
I
what's
circle
your
around
response?
his legs.
Right. This is our chance. Come on, Buckthorn. Let's go. Back to the
Let's
forest.
go. So I'll dart back towards the forest while the men with the thundersticks are.
I'll go with
the way.
Okay. Well, the one thunderstick goes off and blasts into. You're playing Laurel now, right?
Yeah, some
right.
Laurel.
So Laurel gets just shredded by buckshot. The other shot, however, shoots the father in the leg.
All right, goodbye, Laurel.
Right. We're on the
you hear
It's still alive.
You hear screaming from the field. The boys have dropped their guns. They're
Next up is King Cup.
trying to help their father. What's that, JD?
I said, now I am King Cup. That's my next character in the stack. Laurel, we knew you well.
All right, so the rabbits are under the tractor. Are you making a bolt for it?
Yes, we
Are you
are.
running for it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so you're now back to the small group of rabbits that have survived to this point.
I'll go digging through the bag of herbs and try and find the thing that Dandelion was trying to give us earlier.
All right, I guess we should refresh. So Micah, you're still playing Acorn, right? Dawn is still playing
Yes,
Buckthorn.
I'm still here. And I'm still
JD is
able.
playing King Cup.
Yep.
Yep. And Jason is still playing a Wounded Strawberry.
Strawberry.
So you're once again on the edge of the field, the edge of the woods. In the distance, you see a pond. You see the barn. Again, there's the house.
Well, first things first,
That's
we
what's in
gotta
the
take care of
distance.
this prisoner.
I think we should stick to the forest and try and make our way through the underbrush.
Are the farmers still out in the field? Can we see them?
The farmer is laying on his back. They seem like they're trying to wrap his leg up, but both boys have forgotten about the rabbits entirely.
We should rush out there and give them what for. They're distracted.
Every time we've tried to attack the humans, one of us has died. There are very few of us left.
Perhaps you're right. The way they killed Snowdrop, the way they killed Lori. Disgusting. Let's go. We can't lose anyone else.
Well, if we take out the whole farmer's family, at least we get their house to stay in. Can we start up the tractor and chase them down?
The tractor is running.
If they're out in the field, can we perhaps make a raid on the house? Grab food, supplies.
You can do whatever you want. They're laying in the field. They seem like they're not paying attention to their surroundings. They're trying to take care of the wound in their father's leg, who got shot with buckshot in the thigh.
All right.
Should we raid the human dwelling? There could be supplies in there. Food? Water?
I think
I can't let this.
I still think we should head to the forest.
King Cup is a white bunny, so he's obviously not a wild bunny. So he's been around humans enough to know how to jump up and work a tractor. So he's going to try and get into the tractor cabin and see if he can't mow down some farmers.
King Cup, what are you doing?
All right, why don't you roll me a D100? Tell me what you get.
Ah, I see. Gee.
54. I don't know what that's against.
Okay.
Intelligence is 60. So.
It's all okay.
Just
it's already running. So all you're, yeah. Okay. I think that's good enough. If it was 60, that's cool. All right. So you'll see the tractor start to lurch towards the farmers. It was off, off angle at first, but it's starting to come right to the right line of destruction that you want, heading right towards the farmers. One of the boys looks up.
I wave to him.
How about the rest of you? What do you
This poor farmer.
So one boy jumps out of the way. The other boy jumps out of the way. The farmer gets run over by the tractor. And he gets stabbed by the plowshare that's dragging behind it, and you hear screaming and then silence.
Acorn
You're dragging the farmer's body behind the tractor.
Oh, that's terrible. Poor Mr. Green Jeans.
Damn dirty humans, you got what you deserved.
Don't mess with the King Cup.
Buckthorn, this is our chance. We can raid the human house.
All right. Well, I'll get the other bunny's attention and yell, "Follow me!" Run off towards the house.
Right, we're
So going towards the house?
Toward the human house.
All right. So King Cup on the back of the tractor sees that both boys are just staring and like they just watched their father get shot, and then he got ran over by a tractor that was being driven by a rabbit. So they don't really know how to react. They're looking at the tractor, and they're looking at their father who's being dragged and like getting dirt and blood all over the field, like bouncing behind the tractor itself. Where do you want to try to drive the tractor? Towards the house?
Yeah, sure.
Towards the woods? I mean, where?
Into the house.
It shall be our battering
Heading
ram.
that way. Why can't I go there?
All right, so
I'll try not to run them down in the process, though. Not that I know how to steer this thing all that well.
yeah, why don't you give me another roll to see how well you steer the tractor?
Oh boy.
As the rabbits are running towards the house.
93. I think that's a fail.
All right, so you've managed to motivate the rabbits to leave the safety of the room. Buckthorn, you're well ahead of them. They're behind you, and poor King Cup at the last minute tries to turn the tractor so he avoids them, but he runs over about half of the surviving rabbits that are behind Buckthorn.
Oh.
You hear the screaming and squishing. There's more rabbit corpses on the plowshares being dragged behind the tractor.
Keep going, keep going.
But the rest of them have made it to the house.
Right behind us.
All right. Well, do I make it to the house?
The tractor careens into the house and smashes into the wall. You break through the wall, shatter some of the windows.
All right.
And the tractor is still...
Well, at least we don't have to worry about getting past the door.
I'll scramble over some of the wreckage and run into the house.
Has the tractor stopped going now?
No, it's still running.
Oops.
Okay, is it still plowing through like the living room or something now, or?
No, it smashed into the side of the house, and now it's not moving anymore, but it's still
Okay,
running. Like the engine is still running.
All right.
I follow Buckthorn, hopping past it, and we're gonna go straight for the kitchen. We're raiding this place. We're gonna strip it clean. Anything valuable. Anything
Okay. Inside,
I jumped down and joined them.
inside you see. Oh, okay. Inside, you see a woman. She was sitting on a recliner. She looked like she had some flat pieces of like squarish leaves in her hand, and her eyes are wide open. Her wall of her house was just collapsed, and then rabbits came bounding inside. She picks up a fly swatter.
I charge toward her, and I'm just gonna like latch onto her face and start chewing.
Jeez. All right, give me a D100 roll. Tell me what you get. As the woman holds her fly swatter up in defense.
76.
Okay, so you bound up into the air, and she swats you with her fly swatter, and you go careening down to the ground. She's screaming. She's backing up out of her recliner. She's backing up against the wall. And out in the field, the boys have gathered up their guns, and they're heading towards the house.
We have to be quick. The others are coming.
So I am no longer Strawberry. Strawberry has expired. I am now Hazel, runner/fighter. And I am in the field. I see these guys running towards you guys. And I'm going to try and cut them off.
Cut them off how? Just bound out in front of them?
I'm going to try and trip them.
Okay. All right, give me a roll.
While that's going on, me and Buckthorn are gonna rush into the kitchen and start just searching it for anything valuable, edible, whatnot.
There looks like there's dog food. There's a bowl on the ground that says Fido. There's some low cabinets that have various bags of food in them. You can chew a hole through it and get at the goodies inside. There's the water bowl there, fresh water. And again, the woman is just standing against the wall holding a fly swatter, and she's trying to climb on top of this little shelf that she has like magazines piled up on top of.
Buckthorn, go for the dog food. I'll get the others.
Dog food doesn't sound very good. I'd much rather the water or some of these grains I smell.
There's some grains in the cabinets.
I'm gonna start chewing holes in the bags, trying to just get as much out as I can.
Okay,
Yeah, I
very
rolled a
colorful.
24 on that roll.
Okay, we'll say you trip one of the boys. He falls down in the field.
I go through the
The
kitchen.
other one just
back
continues.
door to this place.
Back door? Yeah, there's a back door.
Is it one that we can actually get out of?
It's a screen door, so you think you could probably chew through it, perhaps?
I'm sorry, you broke up.
Oh, there's a screen door. You think you can chew through it? Oh, can you guys not hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Clear.
Okay. Can you hear me, JD?
I think now I can. It sounds better.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a screen door that you can chew through to get out the other side of the house.
All right, I start doing that.
But basically, okay, you start chewing there. There's very colorful, like cereal pouring out of the boxes and bags that
Ooh,
you were able to get to.
Okay, I give up on the door and I go for the cereal. I like the brightly covered cereal. Yeah.
I'm just gonna start. I still have that.
No, not at all.
I still have that plastic bag around my neck, so I'm just gonna start filling it full of just cereal, anything I can get my hands on.
These wouldn't be tricks, would they?
Sure. Why not?
Finally! Of course, the kids in this country have shotguns, but
one of the boys has fallen down in the field. The other one has continued on. He's basically standing at the broken down wall now. He's holding up the gun. He sees his mother, and then he points the gun at the rabbits in the kitchen.
I'm gonna try and jump and knock the gun away from my position.
Okay.
And I'm gonna scream with a fearsome yell. You shall not kill my brethren! I will stop you!
Okay, why don't you roll and see what you get?
I rolled a 55.
I got a 16, so the boy still holds on to the gun. He's pointing at the rabbits, but he looks like he's hesitating. He looks over at his mother, and they're just sort of looking at each other. You're not really sure what expression they have on their face, but he hasn't pulled the trigger yet. Get out of here!
I'll run towards the door and start trying to chew through it, through that spot that King Cup was trying to get at.
I start wolfing down tricks at like a rapid speed, trying to get it all in my mouth before I have to leave. So I'm just like,
Is my plastic bag full?
Yeah, it's full by this point. Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there anything else that could be usable, valuable? I take a quick scan of the room.
It doesn't seem to be, no.
All right. I go to join Buckthorn and begin helping them and chewing through the.
Okay. The boy with the gun is now walking towards you in the kitchen. He's closer. He's about half the distance that he was at. But you seem to have broken through the screen door at this point.
Go, 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 go! Hop faster than you have ever hopped before!
I'll make a run for it and yell, "Back to the forest!"
The remaining rabbits that your rabbit followers, are bounding out through the screen door, and they're heading towards the woods.
I sit there in the kitchen like, where did everybody go?
And then you get kicked by the boy.
Oh! Okay, I run.
He kicks you towards the screen door.
I turn and run as best I can.
Okay. You see the gun. You're like the last one out of the house. It's pointed right at you, but he doesn't pull the trigger.
Ah, thank you.
So outside of the house, there are now you 4 and only 4 other rabbits. There's only 8 total.
How many did we start with? 60?
You're not sure. You know that there was a lot of them, like the stars in the sky, but you're not really sure how many.
Oh yeah, I can only count to 4. So,
so you started out with more than 4.
So Hazel comes running up to the rest of you as you exit, and he looks you up and down, and are any of you injured? I seen them running in there after you. I tried to stop him.
No, Hazel. I'm glad you're still with us.
I think we're all fine. We should make for cover in case another hawk comes back.
Look how much food we got. We will last all winter with that.
That is a lot of food. You mind sharing some of that with me?
Of course. I give him a pawful.
And he takes it. Who's in charge here?
Suppose I am. Snowdrop was for a little while, but he ain't with us no more.
Well, so where we're going?
We should head back to the forest and stick to the undergrowth.
Mm-hmm. What Buckthorn said.
Well, that sounds good to me.
Oh god, this is the redneck rabbit.
I'm sorry, I don't hear well out of this ear. Kind of a thunder stick. What'd you say?
Nothing. Let's continue on. Buckthorn, will you lead us?
Sure. I'll run towards the woods and make for the undergrowth.
Acorn kind of looters behind, pushing the remaining rabbits ahead, trying to keep them kind of corralled together.
And Hazel
It
follows.
seems like it's getting towards not evening, but that time before evening. Yeah, just maybe the very beginning of evening. So you're on the edge of the woods. You've managed to cross the field. All the hawks must be satiated. You see some crows. They're flapping and picking off parts of rabbits off the back of the tractor and in the field.
You go on. You shoo, you sums bitches.
They'll start to spin back to you. Crow. Ripping chunks of your friends off the
We
rabbit
can't
corpses.
do anything for them. They're already gone. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Does anyone speak avian?
That's a good question.
I know Strawberry does. Has anyone seen Strawberry?
Where is Strawberry?
Strawberry's jam at this point.
I don't think Strawberry made it.
Oh no! Oh God, no!
I'm sorry, Hazel. I'm so sorry.
He was my best friend. That's okay. There's many more of us still left. We should soldier on.
You see Strawberry's body, and the crows are plucking out its eyes.
Get off of there! Get away from him, you venom, you villain!
They'll flap up a little bit when you get near them.
We need to bury Strawberry. He doesn't deserve to just be sat here and to be pecked upon. Here, and Hazel tries to drag him to the hollow of a nearby dead tree.
I will help Hazel.
All right.
Here, let's bring him. It's dry in here. And he pulls him up into the hollow, and there's caterpillars that scatter and cockroaches. And he pulls him up to some dry leaves. You'll be safe here, Strawberry. They'll never hurt you again. And you can tell us all stories from the pastures in the great beyond.
Rest in peace, Strawberry. Rest in peace.
And Hazel closes Strawberry's glazed eyes. He shuts them, and then he solemnly and heavily makes his way out of the hollow of the log.
A small sound of weeping comes from Acorn, but he pulls himself together and soldiers on after Hazel.
You still hear the whining and whimperings of the dog that was shot in the woods.
It hurt Strawberry. Let it
Roll it.
bleed. It did this to Strawberry. Let it bleed. Let's keep going.
We shouldn't get too close. It might lash out. Try and kind of head
We'll take a
towards
wide
the
swap.
growth away from it.
All right. And just to remind everybody, there's the field, the barn. You've been to the house. You're hanging out in the woods. There's a pond as well. These are all areas that are nearby.
The pond might be safe, don't you think?
No.
Fresh water.
Yeah.
You're opening the cover, Hawks will get you. I say the forest.
I'm mighty thirsty. I sure could use a drink. I say we head towards the pond.
Oh, I think that'd be a terrible idea.
Are the Hawkins still out? It is late.
Oh, maybe it's safe. I don't know.
What do you think, Acorn? You seem to be, the smartest one among us.
Well, we need the water. We got the food. We need water too. Let's go. Let's drink our fill, but be quick.
Okay, you'll
I'll lead
see.
the way towards the pond.
All right, you see the pond there. There's a little dock. There's various plants growing along the edge. There seems to be a little path there that the farmers use. There's a little bench off in the distance, and you see dragonflies and a few frogs sitting in like the shallow water. Dragonflies are flying around.
Well, this doesn't seem so bad. Let's just be cautious. I'll stick to kind of the taller grass areas.
And Hazel is leaping into the air, trying to snap at the dragonflies, trying to fill his empty and grumbling gullet.
We'll say that you snag a dragonfly by the wing and pull it down.
That was delicious.
It crunches and it's very satisfying.
Right, next one's mine. Acorn jumps into the air and tries to catch one as well.
They're low-hanging fruit, so they're pretty easy to catch actually. They sit down on the edges of leaves and bushes and plants, and they don't flutter too quickly. So yeah, you have a nice mouthful of dragonfly.
Eat your fill. Eat and drink your fill while you still can. We'll have to find shelter soon.
Okay, I belly up to the pond and lap some water up.
Okay, you'll see a heron. It's off in the distance. Its long legs are walking through the water, and every once in a while it darts its head down to the water and pulls out a small fish.
Oh, that's one of them birds that killed Hey Snitch. He was my cousin. We gotta beware of them.
Where should we rest this night? We can't continue on after dark.
I wonder if the barn would be safe. Gonna close my eyes and try and sense if I can see the future of staying in the barn and being safe there.
So what did you get?
I got a 57, so that was a failure.
Okay.
Not very good at seeing the future.
It looks safe. It's a big place. It's off in the distance there. It's a red barn.
Oh, we'll be safe in the barn. Foxes won't be able to get us, and we'll be covered from hawks.
Okay.
What did you see, buckwheat?
Just that it's nice
something.
and safe and warm.
Well, that sounds good to me.
And didn't you fail that roll? I'm sure it's safe and warm. Let's go there.
That sounds terrific. And Hazel, with a piece of straw sticking out of his teeth, a reed, just like Huck Finn, he bounds off in idyllic bliss towards the redness of the barn and the safety and the warmth of the hay.
Yeah, it looks a little run down, but it's well used. It seems like the farmers, at least inside, have taken care of it. It needs a good, the color seems to have bled and rained down the walls there. One of the doors is slightly ajar. It's about a foot and a half wide, and inside, as you peer in from the outside, you can see stacks of hay, a few horses, and a few cows.
Ah, it'll be good to finally get some rest. We've lost so many friends. I have to get these images out of my head.
Can we talk to any of the farm animals?
Can you?
I don't know.
Hazel goes up to the cow who's munching on cud and tries to strike up a conversation with her leg. You come here often?
I go over to Hazel and I show him that no, you gotta pull on the udder and talk. See here.
Oh! And he also grabs an udder.
That's what they're for.
He starts yanking with his miniature paw. Oh!
The cow sort of kicks out, kicks against the wall.
You say that that farmer is a pervert? What?
I don't know. That is a good question, though. Do the cows talk?
They're making noises.
Nothing we can understand?
Is anybody playing a scout?
No.
Nope.
The farmer's a pervert. How despicable can these humans get?
You know, I think they deserve what they got.
At the moment, it seems like no one understands the cows. They are speaking something. They're making noises, but no one can understand what they're saying.
Ah.
Well, maybe we should settle in and get some rest. It's been a really long day.
Awesome day, yeah.
I'm gonna go over and kind of make myself a bed in some hay.
Yeah, there's plenty of hay available.
Acorn takes a moment to check with the other rabbits, kind of licking them on the back of the ears, checking in with them, talking to them a little bit. Are you okay? How are you? To just pull it together just a little bit longer. We're safe.
Yeah, they're still a little freaked out, but they're glad to be alive. They're not really talking much. They're just sort of huddling together. Look like they're trying to settle down to sleep.
Right, I huddle with them. And I'll be kind of like the big mama, I suppose, trying to comfort them all, licking them behind the ears. And
Acorn, do you think I should take watch? We probably should have somebody keep watch.
that'd be appreciated, Hazel.
I'll take the first watch, and I'll come and get you when it's your turn, okay?
Thank you, Hazel. Glad you're still with us.
And so Hazel takes up a position near the barn door, and he rests his paws on a pumpkin that is situated there, and within moments he has completely fallen asleep.
All right.
Acorn
So
too falls asleep, knowing that they are in the good paws of their good friend Hazel, who would never let them down in any situation.
All right. So the night is quiet. It's restful. You all sleep well in the warm hay, snuggled up against the other rabbits that have survived the day's events. But early in the morning, let's see here, Buckthorn is shaken awake. And as your eyes open, you see 12 strange rabbits. They have darker fur, longer ears than you're used to seeing in rabbits that you're familiar with. And they're all around you. They have their mouths open, and they're baring their teeth slightly. And they're all sort of, every once in a while, one of the rabbits will go up and wake up another one of you. And they kick you, push you. Bop your head with their paw.
What? Who are you?
You're coming with us. Back to the warren. It's not safe for you out here.
Oh, you know someplace that's safer? This seems safe enough.
Yeah, back to the warren. That's what I said. Can't be running around out here. The farmer will kill you.
That's where you're wrong. We killed the farmer.
What nonsense is this? No one can kill a farmer.
Look out there in the field. What do you see? Dead human.
There was no one out in the field. There was blood, however. We assumed it was yours. We saw some of the carcasses.
Some of it's the farmers.
Crushed him with his own thunder machine. And we'll do the same to
Who
you
did
if you want,
this?
Hazel. Stay back.
And about
Who
this
among
time,
you
Hazel
killed the
comes up behind and what? You guys trying to cause some sort of ruckus? You don't listen to that man. We killed that farmer.
That will have to be decided by the chieftain. You're coming with me back to the warren. Are we going to have a problem with that?
On whose authority?
Authority?
Yeah.
On my authority. I'm the one talking to you.
Well, we got thunder
Yeah, he's gonna step
sticks,
closer.
and that's our authority.
Is there a ladder leading
Lies.
up to the hayloft?
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay, while they're talking, I bolt up that ladder and into the hayloft.
Okay.
And then I sneak out towards the edge and look down on them.
All right.
We're not going
You see the
anywhere.
bigger rabbit that's pushing forward. He says, "In the name of King Thornbush, you are to come with me. Otherwise, we're going to have some difficulties."
We're not going anywhere with you. How do we know
Yeah.
we can trust you?
You can just get your paws off us. We have thunder sticks, we got thunder machines, and we ain't gonna take it anymore.
Damn right.
I scream
What
Bonds
nonsense.
and jump down from above. Hit with Superfly.
All right. Why don't you roll me a D100 as you come down on the big rabbit?
And I get a... Well, what am I rolling against?
Just lower is better. Just go with that.
67.
All right. So you flop harmlessly beside the rabbit,
Darn.
who is surprised, however. He bounds backwards about
Ow.
4 feet. His eyes sort of squint. What was that? Were you trying to kill me?
I bound after him. Claws out.
And Hazel will also follow suit.
I attack one of the other rabbits off to the side. Teeth bared, I go for the throat.
All right. What is
It's an all-out bunny brawl.
what does Buckthorn do?
Buckthorn's just going to kind of hunker down and I guess kind of just wait and see how this plays out.
Are you maybe trying to protect the other rabbits, or going with
Yeah,
them, or you
yeah,
going somewhere else?
I'll kind of put myself between these new rabbits and the others.
Okay. These darker furred, long-eared rabbits get bounded into by these new dangerous and lying strangers, as they would think in their heads. There's fur and claws, screaming, biting. Okay, how about all three of you? Roll a D100 for attack.
Okay, Hazel screams with a rebel yell.
Oh, no, that sucks. I just rolled 100.
Okay.
That would have been so good in many other games.
So King Cup bounds into them, and three of the rabbits, one of them bites into his ear, the other one bites into his leg, and the third one just plows into him, and they pin him on the ground.
Oh!
Kingpin, get off him! Get off him, you bastards! I got him
Well,
81.
what about the rest of you?
Hazel
Roll.
screams with a rebel yell. Geronimo, you sons of bitches! And as he jumps, his foot gets caught on a rake, and he just goes tumbling head over tail.
All right, two of the rabbits. Let me roll. Yeah, they roll higher. They'll scoop up Hazel, sort of put him into a pin. One grabs around his neck. Another one bites into his neck, but not sinking in, just holding him. All right, and it's down to Acorn. What does Acorn do?
I'm throwing myself at the ones who are attacking Kingpin. I got an 81.
All right, so you jump at the ones that are pinning King Cup. The other rabbits swoop in around you, bite into you, grab you by your tail, hold you upside down, and they start dragging you
Get
out.
off me!
So they're
You leave
dragging
him
these rabbits out
alone.
of the barn.
We'll kill you all! We'll kill you all like that farmer!
They start to bat you on the face. If you keep talking, they just continue to bat you on the face. So we're left with Buckthorn protecting the other 4 rabbits. And there are 4 rabbits that are left in the barn. The other rabbits have been ushered out. And you're all alone. The other rabbits are cowering behind you.
We should go rescue our fellow rabbits, and I'll lead them to run out after them. And kind of keep a little ways behind.
Run past I'm sorry. So you're trying to run past the ones that are still in the barn? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
With the other ones? Okay. Why don't you make me? How about you make me 5 rolls? Just roll for all the rabbits.
Okay. 3.
Well, that's good. We'll say that's you.
45. 1.
Oh, nice.
33.
That's good.
And 30.
Nice. So 4 of you make it out. The last rabbit gets scooped up by the other rabbits and is getting ushered out with your friends. So you are left there with 3 rabbits that you're protecting. So Buckthorn, you make it out. You see your friends being ushered into the woods and down the path.
I'll follow behind.
Wait, do we see Buckthorn or?
Sorry, what was that?
Right now you're thrashing. You're being taken away by these rabbits. Behind you, Buckthorn is sort of following. There's other rabbits that were in the barn, however, are chasing. They saw you run out of the barn, and they're behind you. So, group of rabbits being escorted.
Buckthorn, run for it! Run for it, Buckthorn!
We're coming for you, Acorn!
All right. So does that make sense? There's a group.
No!
So there's a group that's being escorted to the warren. That's most of you. And then there's Buckthorn and the survivors and the ones that got away. And then the remaining rabbits are following Buckthorn, trying to catch up to them.
Run, Buckthorn! Keep the rest safe!
I'm not going to leave you guys.
The rabbits in front duck down into the rabbit hole. It's very narrow and tight. You feel the dirt and the roots tickle your ears and your back as you're being taken down various tunnels, various angles, turns. And they just bat you on the face every once in a while, just to keep you in line. And then Buckthorn is behind. You hear the screams of the rabbits behind you, and you see the entrance to the tunnel in front of you.
I'll look over my shoulder to see why other bunnies are screaming.
They're screaming. They're coming right at you. They're trying to pick you up and take you into the warren the same way that their associates have.
It's more of the
So
last parts.
I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to fight. Just don't hurt us. We've been through enough.
You're not going to fight? You're going to go in willingly?
Yes, just don't hurt us.
All right. There seems to be a sensible one amongst you. That's good. We need sensible rabbits. In you go. Straight, left, left, right.
All right.
All right, so you turn and do you follow directions?
Yeah.
Okay. You're taken into a large, round room with various tunnels that lead off from it. In the center is a pile of cabbages, lettuce, tomatoes, other rabbits are eating. All of the rabbits that you were, traveling with, so we have Acorn, King Cup, and Hazel, have been let loose in front of this large pile of food. The guards are, manning the exits, and they basically usher you in, and they point to the food, and then they back up.
Don't eat it.
Hazel sees the food, and he just crosses his paws in front of him. I don't need food. This is no time for eating.
Acorn turns angrily on the guards. What do you plan on doing with us? What are you going to do to us? Let us go.
We brought you to a place of safety, and we gave you food. That's exactly what we did.
You call this safety?
Can I detect poison weed on the food? See if it's any good?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll detect poison lead. Mm-hmm.
And it failed.
Smells good to you.
Oh, yeah.
What do you plan on doing with
Perfectly
us?
safe to eat.
Yeah, what's your big plan here? You brought us here, but we don't trust you. You attacked us. All we want is our freedom.
One of our scouts saw you attacking the farmer, doing all sorts of un-rabbit-like things. You're going to cause trouble for us.
You saying you're friends with Farmer Joe over there, that dictator, that slave owner? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying we've lived here in relative harmony with the farmer. Now you've attacked him. And you said, I've got reports about you saying that you killed the farmer. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, it's true. You better believe it. I seen it with these eyes right here.
Did you kill the sons as well, and the wife?
No, but we took all their food. I motioned to the bag around my neck. I'll trade it for our freedom.
So you killed one of them, left the others to survive, and you think there won't be any repercussions?
Sure, why not?
Look, I don't know what you're getting at. Just let us go.
I'm not going to let you go. You're just going to cause more trouble for us. It would not surprise me if the farmer gets more of his friends and allies to hunt us down and destroy us. We have little ones here. We have our lives. We've set this up for many generations. You come in here one day and you ruin everything.
Now, the farmers, they attacked us first. We defended ourselves, and we took an opportunity to raid their house when we saw it.
I'd rather live one day as a free rabbit than an entire lifetime as a slave in a drone like you.
We have our own.
Yeah, what Hazel said.
Is there something wrong with you?
It's a time of reckoning. It's a time of reckoning, you understand. And the accounts are going to be settled because we ain't going to take it no more.
You rabbits have a strange smell to you. Is there something wrong? Something wrong with you.
That's the smell of liberty.
We were other humans captured us, and they injected something, stuck us with something.
Buckthorn, they don't need to know
cause
that.
Strange, dangerous behavior.
Yeah, we're dangerous. We're unpredictable.
We're free thinkers, and we're dangerous to you closed-minded drones.
While they're talking,
that's what I'm here
to feast on those vegetables. It's like, yeah, you talk amongst yourself.
You're taking the opportunity to eat? That's
absolutely. This is King Cup. He's a big rabbit.
So, you wanna live the rest of your life as a servant to that King Thornbush or whatever the hell his name was? Is that what you want, boy? Because I can tell you, once you get a little taste of freedom, you're never gonna want that.
So the large rabbit that apprehended you just sort of looks at you. He sort of tilts his head. His ear sort of flops down. I think you need to go talk to the king and tell him these tales. I don't think he'll believe them from me. Please follow me.
We don't have a choice, Hazel. Let's go.
All right. We'll see what this fool has to say.
All right.
You'll see as you're looking around, the rabbit's eyes. You don't know if it's something in the light here, but they just seem to be black. They just seem to every once in a while they'll just expand to like twice the size of their head, or you'll be walking down and some of the roots start to writhe in the walls. The tunnels seem to bend and warp. You have a very hot feeling in your stomach. Your tongue is swelling.
Something not right about this place. Acorn, have you ever been here before?
Strawberry would know what's going on. Hazel, we got to get out of here as soon as we can.
We got to convince these others this place ain't safe. We need to seek our fortune on the open road.
You might be right. This place may no longer be safe anymore, thanks to what you've done. I can't believe you ruined everything with just a few actions. Some people are just so, I don't know, what's the word? Just chaotic. Follow me. We'll talk to the king.
We follow.
So you travel for a while. This warren seems to be very large. It seems to be expansive. You'll pass various tunnels that lead into like nurseries. There's lots of baby rabbits here. You will, however, see rabbits that have their ears chewed off. Both ears have been chewed off of probably about half of the rabbits that are here. And there seems to be some sort of pattern to the way they're chewed off. Some of them have longer tips on the front. Some of them have longer sections of ear that are remaining on the bottom. Some have little dangling pieces. It seems to be some sort of way to mark them or categorize them. You're not sure. But the guards basically move forward.
Fluffy God, they're barbarian.
What in the name of holy Jehoshaphat? Acorn, are you getting a look at this? This is unnatural. Gargoyles, demons.
They're all monsters. Well, what is the meaning of this?
They're dark-sided. Dark-sided, I tell you.
You aren't chewing our ears off. I won't let you.
I'll keep
that
you back.
Will be decided by the king.
I won't let him do it to you, Acorn. I won't let him, I tell you. I'll fight to the last breath.
No one else dies.
Right, everybody roll me, roll me a D100.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You guys can roll me a D100, probably under your intelligence percentage. It's probably the best.
I succeeded.
Okay.
Failed.
All right. Those that succeed see the rabbits that you had, basically been following you, get ushered off. They get parted from you. They're taken down some other corridor, and you can no longer see them.
Where are you taking them?
They'll be safe and taken care of. You are the Owlsla of your group, correct? The leaders?
Yes, but I want to make sure that nothing happens to them.
Yes,
Oh,
please.
they'll be perfectly fine.
Don't hurt them.
They will have all the food they require.
If anyone needs to be punished for the actions at the farmhouse, take me. Just don't hurt anyone else from this group.
It is not my duty to hand out punishment. That is the king. And
what exactly is your duty, son?
I follow orders.
You follow orders.
And my orders right now are to take you to the king. To answer for your crimes.
Yeah, and what if your king told you to jump into a gully and drown yourself? Would you do that?
Yes, I would.
Well, fine then. Then you deserve the punishment you get.
All right. So at this point, you open up into a very large area. It looks like they're growing mushrooms in here. It smells really foul. It smells like natural fertilizers and rabbit droppings. But there's lots of mushrooms everywhere. You'll see some of the rabbits with the chewed off ears, the different patterns, the marked ears. They seem to be cleaning the mushrooms and taking care of them. And then you walk through that. So there's mushrooms to your left, mushrooms to your right. It's a very dome-like room, tunnel. And then on the other side, you see this large pile of stones and shiny things, pieces of metal. And on that pile is sitting a very fat and very large rabbit. His ears seem to be the longest of any rabbit you've seen here. He's darker, except he has a white patch of fur over his right eye and down his face. That's the only non-dark fur area on his entire body.
Acorn steps forward. Your Majesty?
All hail the mighty King Thornbush. He will now listen to your explanations for what happened above on the surface. Your Majesty, these are the brigands that you ordered me to apprehend and bring to you. You see the king, he almost seems like he's like barely listening. He's chewing on some carrots that one of the marked-eared bunnies is feeding him into his mouth. It's almost like he doesn't even have the energy to feed himself, or maybe he just seems that he's above that. That people in his position don't feed themselves. And he sort of looks nonchalantly over at your group. You have some explanations for me, I gather?
We did what we had to. I am the leader of this group. If anyone deserves to be punished, just take me. We'll let the rest of my group go.
No, that's a damn fool lie. He's not responsible.
Quiet!
He's not responsible. It's me. It's me. And Hazel, from somewhere underneath, pulls out a shotgun shell, one of the thunder shells. I have this bomb here, King. You see this? If you don't let us go, I'm gonna detonate it and kill everyone in this room right now.
This is the first time we've seen the king actually move suddenly. He backs up against the wall. He holds the rabbit with the marked ears in front of him. You should have searched them. Why didn't you search them? You see the guards sort of like looking around, like trying to blame one another. And it's quiet. Everyone seems to be focused on you.
You
holding the thunderstick cartridge.
You've ruled over us for far too long. You and your treacheries and your edicts and all your nefarious purposes and taking advantage of us. Well, I'll tell you what. We have had an awakening, and there's going to be a reckoning, and we are going to be free.
Hazel, wait, calm down, Hazel. This doesn't happen to end bloodily. I can't stand any more blood. Please, Your Majesty, just let us go. We'll leave this home. We'll go far away. You'll never see us again.
I don't know, Acorn. My finger's feeling awfully twitchy.
Now calm down. Calm down. I just wanted to talk. That's all. We just wanted to talk. You've caused trouble for us, and we wanted to know why. Do you work with one of the rival Warrens? Did they send you here to disrupt our lifestyle?
We were the slaves of humans, and we escaped, but the creatures were waiting for us. Birds from the sky, humans with thunder sticks, foxes in the bushes. It was so horrible. We lost so many. As Acorn begins to kind of unburden themselves, they literally just crumple down, just begin weeping hysterically halfway through their speech.
You see what we've been through for the cause of freedom. You see the sacrifices and the blood spilt all on the altar of freedom. Mm. Buckthorn, tell him about your vision.
What vision?
So young.
Tell him about the vision that you had, the freedom for all rabbits everywhere.
And Fluffy Fur, I loved her.
Well, I think whatever they injected us with has done something strange to your head, because I had a vision that the path was dangerous and the barn was safe.
And then you had another vision, and he winks at you very heavily.
Dandelion, why? Why did you do that? You should have just let me die.
And you see the king is looking right at Buckthorn as if he's expecting to hear some miraculous vision. You'll see he sort of like hops slowly towards you, and he's just massive. His belly's dragging on the ground as he does it, and he's about a foot away from you with his eyes just open up and just look in your direction.
Just that we would find a place that humans wouldn't bother us, and there'd be plenty of clover. And I had this vision of this wonderful field, and there was no foxes or hawks around.
Where is this field? We should head there right away. The farmers' sons will kill us. They'll pour the fire water down the tunnels like they've done before in the past. Lead us. Lead us on this vision. We will follow. Guards, prepare the children's.
All right. Well, it's not far from here, but we should get going soon.
Good.
We're all so young.
Yes, you listen to what Buckthorn said, King. Tell him about the tree, the large willow tree that promises to keep us all safe.
Yep. Pretty much what Hazel said.
It's by that tree, and we can know it's a sign. It's a sign for all of us to follow. The tree that is shaped like the drooped ears of the rabbit.
One of the guards sort of steps forward. I know of a willow tree. On our rangings, there was a willow tree to the north. It's relatively far, but you are right. It's probably safe there. At least safe from the farmers' children who will want vengeance for your rash and dangerous choices you've made.
And that's where we must go. That's where the rabbits will be safe.
You see the king. He turns around and whispers something to the rabbit with the chewed ears behind him, and the rabbit darts off. The guards start to head down the various tunnels and corridors of the warren. You hear lots of movement. You see they're starting to harvest the mushrooms to take with them. There's lots of activity very quickly. And you're left there with the king. The king's guards have all taken off. The king is there by himself, and he just sort of slowly undulates over to the pile of food and starts to eat.
Acorn, we got to get out of here. I don't think he's coming with us. He's too set in his ways.
No, I will come. The vision is pure. She has a good track record, yes?
Oh, yeah.
She ain't never led us astray. You can believe that.
How many more will die? Why couldn't I save more? Acorn
You'll start to hear screaming.
At this point.
There's screaming sounds coming from the part of the warren where you're entered, and a horrible smell starts to flood into the room.
Oh, boy.
Are there any other exits?
There's 8 exits out of here. This is a very large chamber. Like I said, a big pile of food in the center. You start to see like what looks like mist in the morning or fog, but it's pouring in through the tunnels, and it's starting to just pull at the base of the food on the other side of the large chamber. The large rabbit just jolts backwards, does sort of like a back flip, and lands roughly on its side, and starts to roll towards the far wall.
We
Is
ask
this
him when
the
she's
fire water?
No, I don't know. I've never smelled this before. We must flee. And the rabbit tries to get out one of the tunnels, and he's too large. He cannot fit through the tunnel anymore.
Well,
Run! We gotta run!
is there any other way out?
Lead the way, Acorn. I'll follow you.
Yes, like I said, there's four tunnels that the gas is not coming out of. So the gas is coming from one side of the room. There are 4 exits out the other side.
Right. Acorn kind of slowly manages to kind of pull himself together and rushes over to the king, begins to kind of tug on him. Can you get out? Can you get out?
I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Help me! Help me! And you look. There is no way the king's getting out of this room.
We gotta
He's
go.
just
We
way
gotta
too
go
large.
now, Acorn. Well, let's leave this fat ass. We gotta worry about ourselves.
I'll run towards one of the entrances that doesn't have this smoke coming out of it and call for the others to follow.
Why?
You'll see a
So
guard.
many are dying!
He runs out of the smoke and falls face first into the pile of food. He's clutching at his neck. There's blood coming out of his mouth, his eyes, and his ears. And there's a trail of blood behind him, and he's thrashing and rolling around on the food. And I'm pretty sure you're all running out down the tunnels.
I'm following
Yeah.
Buckthorn.
Yeah, I follow
Acorn is, okay, yeah, you know what, fuck it. I go with them. I'm sorry, I'm so
All right,
sorry.
how about everybody roll under Constitution? The percentage represent Constitution.
Acorn
60.
follows them, just apologizing profusely as they do so to the king.
I roll an
I succeeded.
18.
Okay.
Succeeded.
I'll run up ahead. I can scout the way, and Hazel pushes his way past, and with tremendous speed, he bounds up the tunnel.
I got
All right.
28.
From behind you, you hear the death rattle of the king as the gas has overtaken him. It's a horrible sound. It seems louder than any other sound you've ever heard a rabbit make as it's dying. It's pathetic. It's higher pitched, and the squeals just go on forever, and they echo down the tunnel as you run.
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Acorn starts to kind of come undone again.
Okay. There's a little bit of light that starts to filter down through the tunnel. The end is in sight. Buckthorn bursts out, or at least gets to the entrance. You'll see light above you. There's light filtering down through the woods. It seems like you're further into the woods than you were before. Except now it's a little bit later. It seems like evening has passed, and night is here.
I look back on the warren. What do I see?
I'm sorry. You look back on the warren. What?
I look back on the warren. What do I see?
You're starting to see that gas coming out of the tunnel behind you.
Oh, so it's not on fire. It's just poison gas.
Yeah, it just seems like there's poison gas in there.
As we make our way out of the hole, I pull out the shotgun shell and I bite the cap off with the hard ends of my teeth, and I hurl it into the gas back in the tunnel.
Okay. It scatters and rolls down, but nothing happens. And you see the light of the moon filtering through the trees. bathing the tops of the underbrush and the plants.
Did any other
And
rabbits?
you hear the sounds of... not behind you, no.
Okay.
At least not from this exit. There might be other exits the Warren has, and you think maybe if there are survivors, they would be at the other exits. But there's none that came out behind you. It's just you four at the moment.
Do you think we should go back? We might be able to save some. We can't leave
Acorn.
anyone.
Acorn, they're dead. That gas has killed all of them.
Oh, God, not more. Not more of them.
We must continue onwards towards the tree. The tree will be our salvation.
We have to check. We just have to.
Acorn, I can't let you go. I can't let you. And he grabs Acorn by the
Yeah, we all
his
hold
neck.
Acorn back.
No, get off me, Hazel!
We should be quiet.
I have a firm grasp. I can't let you do it, Acorn. I can't let you go. You'll get yourself killed.
No, just let me go. I have to save some. I have to save some of them.
And I'm dragging
There's none
him
to
back.
save.
Dragging him back towards the path.
All right, I'm struggling. Do I get a roll or?
Yeah. How about you guys roll off? The lowest one succeeds.
Okay.
I roll a 28.
I got a 4.
Okay. All right. So you break free. Are you running into the tunnel that's filled with gas? Is that what you're going to do?
I'm not running back into the tunnel, but I want to go to one of the other exits so I can find any survivors.
Okay. All right. So you'll see him just bound off into the darkness. The light of the moon filtering down through the trees on his back. Does anyone chase him?
There goes the bravest rabbit I ever done met. But he's also a fool. We can't do what he just did, or we'll all get ourselves killed.
We can follow quietly.
You saying you want to go back into that gas pit? Is that what you're saying? Now I'm stupid,
No.
but I ain't that stupid.
He ran off away from the gas pit. We could follow him, see if anybody else made it out from another hole.
The whole thing is full of gas, sweetheart. I don't know what else we can do.
And that's why I'm saying we don't go back in.
So you just want to go around and look for him? Well, that sounds okay. But we can't go back down them tunnels, or else we'll just end up dead.
Yep, I totally agree.
Okay, so you're hopping around in the dark, looking for rabbit holes in the middle of the night. How about everyone give me like 3 D100 rolls and just tell me your lowest roll. As you're searching, you're lifting up leaves, you're rolling over logs and sticks.
36.
40.
17.
Did someone say 17? Was that you, JD?
Yep.
Jerry?
Acorn got a 29.
I'm sorry, you got what?
29.
Okay. So King Cup is the one that finds an exit. This one does not have gas coming out of it, and there are about 10 rabbits that are all huddled up. 6 of them, however, are very, very young. They seem like they've been born probably within the last 2 weeks. So there's 4 adult rabbits and 6 younglings.
Is Acorn there, or did they go in a different direction?
I don't know. Do you guys try to call? What do you do? This is what King Cup finds. So what does King Cup do?
I try to coax them out of the hole. It's like, it's okay. Come on now, little bunnies. Come on out.
Did
I
you
tried to
survive? What happened? I heard screaming, and I grabbed as many younglings as I could.
By the way, are
What
they?
is-
Okay, they're wild bunnies, right? They're not. They were not the ones that were with us.
Yeah, they're not the guards. They seem like like you might consider like rabbit peasants, perhaps.
They've got the
The
scratched up ears.
citizen of the war. I'm sorry, what?
They have the scratched up ears.
These ones do not.
All right. Well, did they come out?
Yeah, they start to come out. They're holding the younglings like this by the scruff of the neck, and they're piling them up in front of you. What should we do? I heard horrible screaming. I saved as many as I could.
All right. Good. We're heading to the willow tree.
Willow tree? What's
yeah.
that?
The tree of life, where a better tomorrow can be found, free from all this struggle and strife.
I've never lived in a tree before. That sounds very unrabbit-like.
It's under the tree. Tree's just a
Oh.
marker. It's there. Shows us where to go.
Under the tree sounds nice. Can you help carry the younglings? They're cold.
If
and
I must, I
don't
pick
do
one
it.
up with my teeth and start carrying it.
Hazel
Okay.
will also grab a few under his bounteous muscles.
So we'll say that Acorn, you probably are looking around and you see them carrying rabbits, little baby rabbits, and they're heading in the direction of the tree that the guard had mentioned was north.
Did I find anything, or is there any other? Do I think that there might be any other survivors or anything out there?
You're not sure how many exits there are. All you know is that they found one exit and they have some survivors with them.
I rejoined the group. Thank God.
Okay.
Children, we saved young ones. Quickly, let's get them out of here.
So you're heading to the north, I guess?
I say we leave.
Yeah, let's head towards the tree. I'm gonna
Alright.
try and actually see, close my eyes and see if I think this tree is going to be safe. So,
You're actually going to have to try to have the vision that you talked about before. Okay.
yeah. So 29, so that succeeds.
You get the feeling that yes, the willow tree would provide safety, security, and it's in an isolated place, so humans most likely aren't going to go there and cause problems. You do not see any visions of the farmers or their children. You don't see any visions of death. You see visions of litters of small bunnies, of windswept jaunts through the grass, eating dandelions and lettuce, clover. It's a very pleasant vision.
This tree will be a good place to go. We'll be safe from all of the people, and it'll be nice for us rabbits.
You see the adults, they sort of nod, and they sort of have a look of awe in their eyes, because they saw you close your eyes and just sort of relate this vision to them. We will come with you. I don't think there's anything left for us here. The last time they did this to the Warren, many of us died, and it took many, many months for the smell to leave. We'll come. Who is your king? Who is your queen?
King? We don't have no king, son. It's all about the common rabbit, and that is the future.
Will you be biting our ears now and marking us in our ranks?
Are you
There
tasting?
will,
We will do no such thing to you.
There will not be any of that nonsense. This is going to be a place of peace and safety and common bond where we all can share and have the fruits of our labors rewarded and not punished.
So you have bonds as well. Who owns us? Do you own us?
You
The
own
one
you.
with the visions.
We'll all be free rabbits, and as long as you agree to live peacefully, there won't be any problems.
So who tells us what to do?
We'll make decisions as a group.
You have very strange ideas. This is very... I don't think I like it. But I don't think there's any place for us back there. You'll have to teach me your strange foreigner ways.
Well, too bad. We'll do it on the way. Let's get moving.
Acorn will own you until you feel comfortable enough to set out on your own, to make your own life and have your own destiny. We will teach you our ways, and we will guide you down the path of freedom.
I pledge my life to you, King Acorn, under the willow tree, in the light of the moon.
Acorn kind of gives a confused look to Hazel, and then just kind of shrugs.
Okay, so you bound off in the darkness, heading towards the safety and peace of the vision of the willow tree. However, on the way, an owl decides to swoop down and see if he can get a little morsel, because this owl is very hungry. So everybody roll a d100.
52.
79.
78.
Oh!
78.
Wow.
Okay, wow. Well, that's almost a three-way tie there. So the owl swoops down, and one of its talons sinks into the back of Buckthorn's neck. The other
Oh, dear
one,
God in heaven.
its beak just pounds straight into the spine of Acorn,
No.
and just tears and twists. Its little head just twists around in various angles.
Ah! Keep going! Keep going!
I spit the bunny out of my mouth and jump on his back.
I tried to twist
All right, hold on
around
a second. All right, what's
Try
this?
and twist
Hey,
around
Micah,
to bite it.
Micah, do you like low or high, Micah?
Low.
All right, you got low. So Buckthorn gets, it's got its other talon sunk into your leg, and its big, large wings are starting to take you up. But can someone save you? JD, why don't you roll with the D100? Tell me what you get.
All right.
You're trying to save the rabbit, correct?
Yep.
Trying to save.
22.
Okay, nice. All right, so describe how you save Buckthorn from the ultimate demise that would probably await.
Okay, well, as I said, I spat the little bunny out of my mouth, and I just, leapt up, and landed on him with both paws, wrapped around his neck, and, of course, claws out, and I just kind of, try to hold him steady and tell him, "You do not fly!"
Okay, so Buckthorn is released. You sort of flop like a pile of meat on the ground. You're thrashing from the pain. Your eyes are, you're all distorted. You're having hallucinations. The owl just seems twice as big. Its eyes are just deep-seated black holes in its face. Its beak is shining and shimmering and throwing off all kinds of colors and like a cascade over the area. It's very surreal and bizarre. You feel like the Black Rabbit of Inley is bounding towards you to take you down to the underworld, but that shadow fades and the light isn't as bright and as strange, and you hear your heartbeat and your breath in your chest, and you seem like you're still here. The owl has taken to the air. It's thrashing. The rabbit is hanging onto his neck. Why don't you roll again, D100. Try to roll underneath your dex.
Okay.
How badly is Acorn hurt?
What's my dex? Oh, 40.
Hold on a second. Let's do this first.
35.
Okay. So do you want to continue to hold on, or do you want to jump off to the ground or to a branch?
I'm going to hold on, and I'm going to tell the owl to screech if he can understand me.
The owl is flapping. Yes, I can understand you.
Okay.
Let my neck go!
Fly me into the sky first.
Fly you into the sky? It tries to shake you off one last time.
Okay, I dig my claws in deeper and say, fly me into the sky.
Acorn is going to take the opportunity to try and jump on the owl as well.
Okay. All right, make me a roll. And try to get under dexterity as well.
I got a 3.
Oh, jeez. All right, so the other rabbit jumps or tries to jump on the back. You probably have to jump up on the tree first and then jump up on the owl because the owl's a little bit up in the air. But you land on one of its wings.
I just latch onto it and stick my teeth into it. I'm trying to bring it down to the ground where we can all just mob it. No one else dies today. This is what happens when you try and mess with us.
All right, its right wing is flapping incorrectly because you're holding on to it, and the owl starts to make this like thrashing spiral down to the ground. You see the trees spinning, and they seem to blur and blend. It's almost like there's like a blur of green light as the various leaves are spinning around you. You have a headache. Your head is pounding, and you land in a rough pile on the ground of feathers and claws and talons and rabbit fur.
Hazel sees the commotion and he comes running. I'm coming, Acorn! And he comes bounding up to the owl. But just as he does, the extended talon of the owl, as it thrashes around, catches him and nicks the vein on his neck. And a gout of blood goes spurting against the tree. And he chokes on the burble of the blood. Acorn, I try.
Hazel! You bastard! You killed Hazel! I throw myself on the owl's neck and I sink my teeth into the owl's neck. I'm ripping its throat out.
All right. What does King Cup do? Because you rode the back of the owl's neck, you've thrashed and spun around, and you're still holding on as the owl is thrashing on the ground.
I guess we just gotta get rid of this owl. So I help him take out the owl.
No, you don't. Don't get rid of me, please.
I was gonna fly him up into the sky and see if we can see the tree from here, but I think the owl's had it.
I mean, it's a pretty large owl. I mean, all right, let's see here.
Acorn is going for the throat.
Okay, give me another roll.
I got a 14.
All right. All right. So you're starting to chew on the neck of the owl, but like I said, it's a very large owl, and the owl is talking desperately to King Cup. Please stop. I will take you anywhere you want to go.
Okay.
I surrender.
I kick Acorn in the head to get him off. And I tell the owl, take me into the sky, and we'll leave you alone afterwards.
King Cup, you traitor! You saw what he did to Hazel! You traitor!
Shut up, Acorn. I kick him in the head another time.
Acorn goes rolling backwards, and they kind of like crumple underneath a tree. They're rolling about, trying to get their bearings.
Okay, let's see here. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Okay, did you pick it? I guess that's probably it, huh? All right, so the owl takes flight. Dawn, you can play one of the adults that was rescued from
All right.
the warren. I don't have stats, but
I'm also going to play Willow as well, who's an adult. Willow is an empath.
wait a minute. I'm sorry. I think I got a little confused. Did Buckthorn die?
I didn't think Buckthorn had died.
Yeah, okay.
Was wounded, but they didn't.
I'm definitely wounded.
Yeah, I got confused. You're wounded. That's right. Okay. So you'll see the owl take wing. It takes up into the sky, and King Cup is riding on the back of the owl. You see the tops of the trees. It just starts to circle and asks you, where should you go? Where do you want me to lead you? What do you want to look for?
Well, I'm just looking at the general surroundings. Wow.
You'll see below the highway and the farm off in the distance. And towards the north, bathed in moonlight, you see a large willow tree.
Ah. Okay, so we have a direction.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, well
Should
then
I
I make good on my bargain, and I have him taking me down, and I release him. I just wanted to figure out where to go.
I will take you anywhere you want to go, but none of the others.
Just take me back down.
It'll flap down to like one of the lower branches of a tree. You see the owl just eyeing up the rabbits with like hate in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Acorn is cradling the body of Hazel and glaring at the owl. You're not having him, you fiends, you beast.
I have done what you ask. Leave your dead. I am hungry. Unless you want me to add your body to the pile.
You'll not have him!
His wings sort of like just go up in front of his face and around and making him look very large and intimidating.
Willow sees this commotion and she comes up softly and places her paw ever so gently on Acorn's on his forehead. I bring you peace, my young brother. Right now, a course of action that does not lead to violence is best.
Whoa. Acorn, like, kind of visibly calms down.
You have the sensation of warmth that just spreads through you from that touch.
What? What did you do?
I'm not sure what you mean, my young friend. I merely touched you with my paw and spoke words of peace.
Acorn kind of
So the owl's
all the rage gone.
The owl's wings are starting to outstretch. Sorry, I keep cutting you guys off. The owl's wings are outstretched over, like making a shadow. All the moonlight now has been blocked by the large shadow of the owl. I have shown you the way. Now leave the flesh and go.
Okay. It's the way of the wild.
But we have to bury him. We can't. Acorn's just exhausted at this point. They can't continue to speaking, and they just kind of go along with whatever you guys are doing.
My young friend, I think it is best for us to pursue the path of least resistance. We must follow that big one over there, and she points to King Cup. Tell us, son, what was it you saw as you flew among the clouds?
I saw the tree, and it was good, lit by the moon like silver metal of the humans.
Lead us to the tree.
I shall lead you to the tree. Am I
The
still
owl
looking into this owl?
pops off the branch. Wait, I'm sorry. What was that, JD?
I said, am I still holding on to this owl? Or have I gotten off yet?
Hold on a second. So the owl hops off of the branch, and the talons fly down and sink into the corpse of the rabbit in front of you, and it just shakes its neck to get you off of it.
Okay, I get off.
And it again, it's flapping its wings, making itself look intimidating, and it sort of grabs the rabbit and flies back about 4 feet, but it doesn't doesn't stop looking in your direction.
I can't watch. Let's go.
Yes, we must hurry on, brothers and sisters. There is no time to lose.
Rest in peace, Hazel. I'll never forget you.
The beak just sinks down into the neck, starts tearing into it and ripping out fur.
And as I walk away, Willow pulls out a dandelion and she nibbles it, and then she scatters the petals into the wind.
Okay, so it isn't long before you're carrying the younglings. You're traveling towards the tree, and it's quiet. The insects are making their noise, but it's kind of soothing. But behind you hear the terrible sound of one of your friends being eaten.
Such is the way of the rabbit. Prince with 1,000 enemies.
We should have never left those cages.
These are words spoken in haste. I do not think you mean them.
We're just utterly meaningless out here, just waiting for creatures of the darkness to come and take us away one by one.
The despair will pass. It is not uncommon to have these sorts of feelings when a change is upon us.
Will things be different at the Willow? Tell me they will.
We'll be safe at the Willow.
They will be safe.
And nothing bad will happen to us on the way there.
Acorn begins to softly cry, but they pull themselves together again after a few moments.
It isn't long before you see the Willow on the top of a hill. Again, the moonlight is just coloring it all in like a silver glory. There's grass and there's shrubs to have protection from those things that fly in the air. It looks peaceful. And over the hillside, you see the sun. It's starting to make its way up, starting to bathe the light. The light of Lord Frith is shining down upon you as you make your way to the willow tree. And you can see all around for many miles.
Willow leads the way. She strides forward confidently, and the grass parts almost as if by an unseen wind. Come, my brothers and sisters, for this tree is after my namesake, and here we shall eat upon green pastures, and we shall never be hungry again.
Okay. I bound through the fields with joyful enthusiasm.
Sup with me, brother. And Willow picks another dandelion, and she hands it over to Acorn.
Thank you, Willow. Thank you.
And one for you, and she hands one to Buckthorn.
Oh, thank you. I'll continue hobbling my way towards the tree.
Yeah, there's a slight little bloody rabbit footprints all the way up the hill to get to the willow tree. But yes, you seem to have arrived. It's pleasant. There is plenty and abundant food, and it is good. Is there any final parting words as you're all sitting around on the hillside and being bathed in the light of Frith?
Does anybody have some tricks? This place needs tricks. What about that farmhouse over there? Let's go see what they have.
Silly rabbits. Tricks are for rabbits.
We should make a memorial for the ones who didn't make it this far, who didn't survive this trail of fluffy corpses.
From below the hill, you see other survivors. They seem to have followed your trail or your smell, and there looks like there's about 30 of them, and they're all heading towards you with hope in their eyes.
All right.
Come, brothers and sisters, sit with us, bounce, play. Eat of the wild berry, the arrowroot, the pulp berry, and the loco weed.
Does
All right.
Acorn recognize any of them from the original group, like the 4 that were taken off?
Yeah, you'll see that 3 of your original group are mixed amongst the survivors, and they're hopping up the hill. You see some of the guards that you had met before, but most of them you don't recognize at all. A lot of them have torn ears and chunks missing from them. You know, the marking system of the Warren. But they seem like they're hopping faster up the hill.
Ash, you made it! I rush over and embrace my the ones I recognize.
Okay. And yeah, I think that's a good place to end. So, yeah.
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 Yay. Good time, guys. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was really fun. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah. Thanks,
No
Tim.
problem.
And everybody else.
I really did not anticipate all the farmer violence. that was quite interesting. But, you know, reading through like the Bunnies and Burrows book, it says that you have to be a little bit flexible on what you're gonna let rabbits do and attempt and try. So I figured I just went with it. It was a little silly in places, but I think it worked. So that was cool.
Worst day for that farmer. Bunny's driving the tractor and shooting him and biting him.
Tractor driven through his wall, in his house.
I love how Acorn just became increasingly hysterical and just start to lose their shit through the entire adventure. I love how I actually survived the entire game.
That's fun.
Yeah, I didn't think I
We're gonna lose you in the poison burrow.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Yeah, so I think Buckthorn and Acorn started and finished, huh?
Yeah, we were the only 2. There was a lot of carnage along the way.
I think this is the most characters I've ever been through on a single adventure. In a single sitting.
Yeah, probably. You have a pile of paper beside you, right?
Yes, I do.
Oh, man.
All right.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed themselves, and I think I actually hear my daughter, so I should probably get to her. But
All right.
thank you for playing, and Micah, I will see you in the next session. It's going to start at, was it about 49 minutes from now, or 41 minutes, something like that?
All right, sounds good. You'll send me a link, right?
Yeah, I'll send you another link.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
See y'all later, guys.
Bye. It was nice to meet you guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Yeah,
Have
it
a
was
good BrigadeCon.
Nice to talk to everybody.